Every one of us has a dream, has a flame inside that keeps us awake at night and motivated in the morning. The flame of our passion and living with a purpose is important, and that flame needs to be kept alive and never to put down. And that was our answer to Ludum Dare 46 theme, Keep It Alive. We created a small narrative game about how to live our life, and is it possible to reach a balance between everything while keeping the flame alive. So join me to take you on this awesome adventure on the making of The Flame Within for the Game Jam Ludum Dare 46. Hi everyone, it's Sir Fadrik and welcome back to another amazing game dev adventure. And today we're going in depth on the making of our last Game Jam game, The Flame Within. After listening to the great keynote by Will Planton, I got inspired to try something new, and this time I want this jam to be different. So I started by forming a team of 4, another coder, an artist and a composer. And because I like to work solo, having a team was a bit out of my comfort zone. And if you want to join me on future adventures, make sure to join my Discord server. I always ask for help there and form a small army to conquer any adventure in our path. And the artist and the composer and the programmer are all amazing members of our Discord kingdom. So make sure you join, link in the description. After brainstorming with the team, we got the idea of creating a narrative game, which I was ecstatic about. I've never coded a narrative style game, and it was a nice challenge to dive into and start messing around with the various systems and get on going. And the other coder decided to be a full-time writer for the project, so here we go, I am back to the front lines, alone to face the coding master. But now, let's get started on coding. First of all, we decided that the whole game will take place in our character room. So I had to do the moving system and the interacting system in place. So I started with that, with a small black box moving from right to left and interacting with the various red boxes. Okay, it's a programmer art, it's okay, because our real art was being forged by our amazing artist. Next, we decided that the whole narrative of the game will be conducted by a dialogue system. So characters will speak to each other and the character will speak to himself. So I started coding the dialogue system. It's very simple. I read from text files, I put them on screen, I press any key to continue, and finally it got to be just space. And we show the character that's speaking in his sprite image, and we just juggle between two characters. So the dialogue system was pretty simple to add. I didn't use any asset, it was simple to code, so I don't want to mess around with any real code or pre-made code, as it will just make the process a bit more tedious. And that concluded my first day of working on this game. And the next day, I woke up to see the art is ready by our great artist and it's time to implement them in the game. So I spent some time in the morning to implement the art, add the small animations, get the feel of the project, add the wallpapers, everything to make the room really shine and make the game a bit more interesting for the player and for me to continue coding. After I put all the art in the place, I started working on the character's eye, because our character has a mental health metric and we have to get that metric shown to the player. I didn't want to use UI to show that, so instead of that I went for putting eyes on the player, 4 types of eyes for the 4 types of mental health. If he's happy, the eyes will be happy, if he's sad, the eyes will be sad. After getting the art done and the room fully built, it was time to create the room manager, and this code will show the player room updated in real time after each decision the player make. So if he worked on his friendship tree, we'll get more pictures of his friend. If he worked on the work tree, he'll get a laptop, a computer, a new set of books, a certificate, and if he worked on his relationship tree, he will get a wife in his room eventually. And in the background, you can see the room updating in real time. And to finish everything up, it was time to add a time manager, because our game will have phases, and those phases are from the real life phases. For example, college, when you're getting work, in your late 30s, and those phases we need time manager to tell how much time each phase have. So if phase 1 have 1 time, so the player can get or can do 1 decision. If the phase got 3 times, the player could make 3 decisions. so the time manager was in place, and by that was my finish of my second day of coding. Everything was in place and everything was perfect and was ready to be uploaded to the server. Third day, as always, is the polishing day. So I started that day by adding all the music inside the game, and now the game looks good and sounds good, and we don't need anything more than that. I followed that by working on the UI. I added a new main menu system with a new UI bits here and there to just get the feel of the game right. I added the title screen and start working on the credit system, and here you can meet our amazing team, starting by me, Fadi as the main programmer of the project, Ahmad as the main writer, we got Nathan on the art and Nate on the music, and if you want to chat with them, they are in the great halls of our kingdom server. After finishing the UI and the team credit everything, I worked the in-game menus, I improved the dialogue system art from just basic rectangles for a good looking dialogue system. I make the characters quite a bit bigger, added borders, and I just make it a bit more crisp, you can say that word. And now the whole feel of the game is ready, and it was the time to test. So in the end, we added the final text and dialogues to the game, and it was time to test. We spent like 3 hours testing and improving the dialogues, and here and there some bugs and small bugs. Then we were ready to post it online. I created the HIO page and got in Photoshop to create the icons, the screenshots, everything we need to our online persona, and the final task is upload the game to Ludum Dare and HIO, put the screenshots and the icons and everything, and finally we were done. We finished and uploaded like 30 minutes before the jam ends, and I have to say it was a really good night's sleep. The jam was an amazing experience. I am really proud by the game we created, and feel free to play it and rate it. Links in the description, and if you join the jam, post your link of your games in the comments so I could go in, play it and rate it. I'll be making another video very shortly on the things that I've learned from this jam. It was a great experience and improved me as a game developer. But now, if you made it this far, consider subscribing and don't forget to leave a like and join our kingdom over on Discord. See you all on another adventure.